Yes, we are already live on YouTube. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTube. I'm here today with João Gabriel and Marcelo. Um, and just before we begin the topic for today, I would like to say that Talk and Talk is a platform that we can learn English, Spanish, French. I think that we have some other languages, but this is the one that I can remember right now.
Italian also.
Uh, yes. And I'm not a teacher, I'm just a student as you guys. I used to be a teacher actually, but I don't teach anymore. And today we are going to talk about the thirst for knowledge. Um, I like this subject because I don't know, with everything changing so fast, I think that being able to learn about different things and being curious about things is important nowadays. So I believe that this is a good topic for us to discuss. But before we start the discussion, I would like to ask João Gabriel, please introduce yourself.
Yes, of course. Hello, guys. My name is João Gabriel, but most people call me JG, in English, JG. I am 27. I was born in Guaporé, Rio Grande do Sul, and now I live in Brasilia with my wife. I've been married for 2 years. I don't have kid yet, but I'd love to have at least two in the future. I've been a software engineer, and okay. Uh, I think that's about me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, João. Marcelo, please introduce yourself.
Yes, of course. I'm 64. I live in Rio. I have two boys, two men actually. They are 29 and 30, of course. It's very funny to say that I have two kids. It's very funny. And, and also it's very funny to say that I have two men. No, no problem. I have two boys. Okay, no problem. And they are 29 and 30. I've said that. I am an entrepreneur. I do a lot of things. I run three companies, three small firms. I can tell that one of those is a company. I have a lot of skills. I am a lawyer also. I am an actor. I've been in the dubbing industry for so many years. I've returned last 2023 in dubbing cartoons and movies in the Brazilian dubbing industry. I am married. I live in Rio, as I've said that. And in my free time, I sleep.
Yes,
That's
you are doing a lot of things, right? So you need to sleep.
uh,
I'm just
they
curious.
ask me, hey, how many hours do you work each day? Well, from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed.
I'm just curious to ask the some movie or cartoon that you dubbed because I'm curious because I watch a lot of cartoons sometimes. So you might probably have a voice on one of them. I don't know. I'm curious.
Well, I've entered the dubbing industry when I was 24, so for 41 years ago. I've started in 1985 I've entered Harvard Teachers. It was the major company in Brazil in the 80s to the 90s. And then I left because I had other projects, so I left as a regular professional, a regular actor. And I've done a lot of things later. Well, it's a mosquito fly here. And then I did a lot of freelancers jobs, and happened that in 2023 I returned to see a lot of friends, a lot of ex students that I had in the past. We had this dubbing course in Rio, and they start to call me. Today, I happened that I've dubbed today. It's a soap opera. It's a Turkish soap opera. One of the most no, yeah, yeah. One of the most famous cartoons was Michelangelo from the Teenage Turtles. The first one, the first Michelangelo,
Oh,
the one
okay.
that said Santa Tartaruga. You know, I
Uh,
don't know if you could remember that cartoon. It was so famous. And I've dubbed a lot of actors like Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, and Charlie Sheen. I was the first Chris Rock. I was the first dubbing actor of Tom Hanks, Chris Rock, and Charlie Sheen, Kevin Bacon, and a lot of young because I have my voice is young, so we have this kind of we don't change our voice. If you have a strong voice when you are young, probably you are going to have the same voice. Probably having the same voice if you have a young voice. That's it. That's it. It's so. We have a lot of stories because I've done for so many years. But in the past, we didn't take note of what we have done. So it was so. It's like an industry. So you dub 4 times a day, 3 times a day, and you could remember. You don't see the movies. You don't see the movies. People think that you see the
just the
movie.
voice.
You see only the scene. You see only that scene that you are supposed to dub. The scene where you have the real actor, the original actors, and the sound, the image, and the director is the one that tells you the scene, what's going to happen over there, what's the mindset of the character. So it's like being an instant actor. I say that the dubbing actor is an instant actor. He has to do at the same time. You don't have to. Today I
Don't
was
think too much.
a policeman. So you can dub a policeman, and then you are going to dub a romantic actor, and later a serial killer. No problem. That's it.
That's fascinating. I didn't know anything about it. That's so nice. So about me, guys, my name is Thiago. I am 29. I live in a small town called Apuiarés, in Ceará. I live here with my husband and 7 cats. We love cats. I love to read. I like embroidering too. I work as an instructional designer. And yeah, that's it about me, I guess. Let's start the questions. Question number one. Why do you think humans have such a deep thirst for knowledge and an innate need to understand the world around them? Gabriel, please.
Okay. Well, in my opinion, I think humans have a deep thirst for conhecimento, because it is part of our survival and growth from the beginning. We wanted to understand naturally the stars and even other selves. This curiosity is what pushes us to create, to invent it, and to improve your lives. Without it, we would not evolve.
Yes, I agree. I think that we are always trying to give some meaning to things, to understand the why something happens, why something is like this, and why something is like that. Yeah, I agree with you. And what about you, Marcelo? What do you think?
Well, we have these Friday philosophy Friday. It's something interesting because well, uh, thirst for knowledge. Well, I think humans, they are the only kind of animal. The man is the only animal uh, that change or can modify uh, the way he lives. You have seven cats, isn't it? Seven cats. Iago, you have seven cats, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Wow, seven cats. That's a lot of cats. So if you could go to sleep, and if you return in 200 years, the cat will be a cat. A cat will be a cat, a dog will be a dog, but the human is gonna be another thing because we can go further. We can replace ourselves by another kind of person. We can create other things. I believe in the human. I believe in the human. They when you study economics, they sometimes they forget about the human being. They say about government. They say about market. They say about wow wow wow, and they forget the human being, the person itself, because we do everything here. It depends on us. It's not dependable. We are not dependable on the government. We are the people that can create, can change the reality. And the human beings, that is the one that can change, is the animal that can change their reality. And this thirst for knowledge, when they sometimes they give you uh, so so much water that you wouldn't be thirst. That's the problem about social plans. That's about benefits. They give you water, water, water. Of course, you are not going to feel thirst of knowledge or nothing, even hungry. You have to be you have to be hungry. You have to be thirsty to look for something else, because the problems are solved after the problem. The problem is solved after the problem happens. So we invent vaccines, we invent the car, we invent the motor, the airplanes, we invent these kind of communication that we are having here, the internet. So this is what a person itself can do. So this thirst for knowledge is innate, of course, because we want to move from the place we are, and we do everything to make this change. And that's what I think about that.
Yeah, uh, for me, I think this thirst for knowledge is really related how we see problems, because our mind is really set to always see the problems and try to find solutions. And I think that this is really connected with the search for knowledge and try to learn different things because we are always seeing problems in different things. It can be a problem in your house. It can be a problem in, I don't know, in your relationship. It can be a problem in your work. And then you need to find a solution for that. And with that, I would say that this might be connected also with some kind of purpose for us. What do we want? Um, for, I don't know, our life, our work, because I don't know, it might be a problem that is not for me to take and to solve. And that's okay, that will pass for me, but other person will see and will try to solve that, you know. So I think that this thirst for knowledge is really connected to our interests and what we really want for us in life and at work, I think. Um, okay, guys. Marcelo, would you like to read the second question and answer for us?
Okay. What is one specific topic or subject that you are endlessly curious about and about, uh, love to learn more about in your free time? Well, a specific topic of subject and endlessly curious, interesting in my free time. Well, um, I read some books a year. It's very difficult for us to read today because we have so many objects to take your attention, like smartphones and social media. And I think people are reading less than in the past because they want everything in 15 minutes. So that's the problem we are facing today. But I am I am I have this endless curiosity about philosophy, about what are we doing here in this planet, about community like like how people can join tribes, how people can join the same movement around the world, how can people join the same thought as we had only two or three kinds of life or theories. This is so interesting to me because since I was a teenager, I've started to see people that are joining thoughts that they don't even know, that they don't even understand, or they don't even uh, believe because they don't know what it is. And so philosophy is something that is so amazing because when you start to learn about rhetoric, for instance, I think the world today is made of rhetoric. Every social movement today, no matter the wing, left wing or right wing, it's about rhetoric. It's not about reality. It's about rhetoric. That's the main kind of speech that is running today everywhere. So I am very interested in why does this happen? Why people believe in something that they don't know yet? They didn't experience. And they like or dislike because they have the rhetoric in their minds. It's like, I don't like Coke, but I never drank Coke. I've never drink beer, and I hate beer. I hate wine, but I never taste wine. So that's why people are doing today. Not only young people, because they blame young people, because young people are dumb. Young people receive everything and believe in everything. No, you can see old people. Idiots became older, of course. It's not only about
Yes.
young people. So why I think we have to change. We have to improve this kind of thinking system. Every person here has to think about the things, to make their own position, not the position of another person or another group, or joining a group just to be inserted in any kind of movement that they don't even know what it is. So that's it. There are my endless. I read a lot about it. A lot of philosophers, a lot of people that have a lot of papers about that, and it's so interesting because that's the destiny of the human being in this moment.
Yes, I agree with you. I think that mostly with social media right now, we have so much like big or little groups that they don't think exactly about what they are saying, just reproducing something that other people say. And we see a lot of this happening with influencers on social media, for example. Sometimes people get famous and we don't understand why, but somehow they connect with other people because of the way that they talk, and that's how they connect. Yeah, what you say makes sense. That's a good topic, and I believe that you have more questions than answers, right? Even though you have been reading for a long time, I believe that you don't have too much answers for us. That's nice, thank you, Marcelo. And what about you, Gabriel? What do you think? What topic you are endlessly curious?
Well, for me, on topic, I am always curious about is technology. I'm really like technology. My life revolves around it. So it's always on the main topics. Uh, because it's amazes me how fast things change and how creative people can be when resolve problems. And I, 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 eu fico realmente impressionado. E, ok, é isso. That's it.
And are you the kind of person that likes to see those events like, I don't know, cell phones release, video games release? Do you like that kind of thing? To see new features, something like this?
Well, I really like studying. I play some things, but muito raramente. Então,
Okay, okay. I think that for me, I'm still trying to think a subject that I am endlessly curious. Um, I really don't know how to answer this question because I really like to read fiction books. So I'm really into fantasy and science fiction books and movies, and I really like the way that they reflect society. For example, I really love Foundation by Isaac Asimov, and that's one of my favorite book series, I think. And I really love how he was able to translate Rome in a science fiction world, and how that politic political environment still reflects on the things that we are living. And I really like how fiction do that with the social and economics that we have. But let me think about something specifically. Um, I don't know, guys. I really don't know a subject that I am endless curious. I really like music and I like those kind of contents that, oh, see how they produced this album in the 80s, in the 90s. I like this kind of thing too. But something that I have been studying and I like, but that's a hobby for me. I've been learning aquarella painting, And I have a book that is like 30 days of aquarela, and I have a lot of different exercises. And something that I really like too is embroidery. And I have a book that teaches how to do a lot of different stitches. So that's really fun for me. But yeah, I think that I am more curious about my hobbies, I think. Because I don't know, I'm working 90 hours a day. I need to think about other thing, okay? Gabriel, would you like to read the next question for us, number three?
Question number three, right? Okay, okay. Describe the feeling of discovering a new, fascinating piece of information that change your perspective. What does that aha moment feel like? Oh, okay, okay. Mm, for me, so one moment. Well, that feel is light complex, but very positive. It inspired me, inspira me to go by one way what I read, and motivates me to look for new ways to grow. Um, that that's for me.
Is there a specific kind of thing that you saw that you feel like this? The aha moment?
Mm, one moment. Well, I think when I can discover a new way to insert a component into a system, for me that's cool.
Okay, that's fair. What about you, Marcelo?
Oh, yes, this is the aha moment. It's like with the past we used to say eureka is when you discover something new or saw that it was something different from what you had in mind before. But this kind of experience is so interesting because it's something like solving a puzzle. For instance, it's like putting objects in their own places. Like for instance, a shelf where you could put or insert those objects like a collection or like something. It's like the the dots over the the letters, for instance. Well, it's a magic moment when you happen to discover something new. It's like when you start to understand that uh, 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 there is something new, and you could say, how could I live without that? How could I live without this kind of knowledge? When you know something new and you have this haha moment, it's so thrilling because it's an awesome moment to discover something or to have an orientation that well you change your mind about a topic and you start to think and know that that thing is different and you can also solve a problem um, as you said J, J, uh, JG. JG is so nice. They JG. And that's it. And you, as you a development guy, it's so easy to understand when you discover a routine that can change, that can solve a problem. I don't know. I didn't say here because I'm not a liar, but I've studied computing in the past, in my 20s, before being an actor. I've been to 5 universities, so it's no problem. It's not because I am more intelligent than anybody, but that's because I am old. That's only the way I know a lot of things, and that's it.
Thank you, Marcelo. I think that for me, I always feel this kind of feeling when I discover something related to music, I think. I was remembering an example when I heard the Dirty Computer by Janelle Monáe, her album. And that's one specific music that I don't remember which music, that it was really similar to a Prince song. Not necessarily a Prince song, but the way that Prince did music is that. Um, and then I was searching, and then I was really into that album and listening a lot. And then I discovered that this song specifically that I somehow was similar to some Prince songs. It was a song that he made for her, and he played the guitar. And he wasn't in the credits. I don't know why, since he made the song for her. It was a gift from her for her, and I am fascinating with that, because I feel that when it comes to pop culture, we are always in a cycle. People are always doing the same thing, but in really different ways. I don't know, it can be a video clip that you see, but it does a reference to other song, other video clip, other artist. And for me, that's really fascinating how people are always recreating other things based on things that already exist. But for me, this feeling also comes really often right now because in my work, I develop, I work with postgraduate classes. I don't give these classes, but I work with the adjusting the content that the teachers will give the lesson. And mostly the content that I am working right now is about leadership and soft skills. And for me, when it comes to leadership, I didn't know that we have so many different concepts and things about this topic that is, in my mind, was really specific. And now I'm learning a lot of different things to because of my work. And sometimes I am really like, oh, so this person is doing this because of this. So this person leads this way because it's this thing that they are doing. And I'm having a lot of this because I'm learning these things. That's fun. That's nice. Uh, Next question. How much do you think the information you consume helps to shape your personal identity? What do you think, Gabriel? You are muted.
Uh, sorry. I believe the information consumed has big impact on on who I am. I really enjoy reading, but I also listen to podcasts that I focus on growth and reflection. They make me think about my action, my life, and even my future. Uh, Node, conhecimento. Essa palavra ainda não aprendi direito, sorry. Again, from books and podcasts helps me shape who I am and the way I think about life. I always try to look for something that will build me up, so I don't just consume random content. It's for me.
Eh, do you have any specific topic that you are reading or listening? Do you have
No,
any suggestion for us?
one moment, please.
Okay.
Well, I really like personal growth. I usually look for something linked to spiritually and philosophy. And então, I like two
That's
subjects.
nice. Yes, I've been reading some
Vou mandar um,
things related.
sorry, vou mandar um podcast no nosso chat aqui para vocês depois.
Great, great. I have been reading some books like in these kind of things, because in the last months, I think I am really into, I forgot the word in English, but things related to meditation and being present in the moment. I know that mindfulness, yes. And I'm really trying to understand this because I don't know, I always feel that I feel anxious for nothing sometimes, and I'm starting to understand that we can change some things, being present in the moment. And that's why social media is so stressful, because it takes your attention away. Um, I'm really enjoying this kind of content right now. And what about you, Marcelo? How the information you consume shapes your
I, uh, yeah,
person-minded?
I filter a lot today because in the past when I was younger, I was so angry about reading those self-help books and about neuro um, science and a lot of things. And someday I discovered that I'm going to say in Portuguese because it's so funny. I discovered that o livro de autoajuda é para ajudar o autor a comprar um auto. So that's a book of autoajuda. And today we are so dumb about this kind of guys that they are so-called coaches, and you've said about mindedness. Mindedness is a wonderful word that everybody is using today. You have to change your mindedness. So it's something that you can be so skeptical about that because sometimes it's not okay. And I love to read biographies. Biographies are so amazing, so interesting, because you can learn by other lives. And you have to read the classics. You don't have to change the classics by those new books that are just to be in the mood. They say what you want to hear. So we have a lot of junk books here among the bookstores. If you are supposed to fly an airplane or make a trip, you enter a bookstore in the airport. You can see a lot of junk books that you can taste, and they say the same. They change the words and they say the same. And we have to think about something. What What is programming your mind? Who is programming your mind? You have to listen to that. You have to take care in what you listen, in what you hear, in what you read. Uh, another things, what kind of seed are you planting inside your life? Because the seed, if the seed is poisoning, if the seed is not a good seed, you are not to have a good um, result. We have to take care of ourselves. It's not easy because we have a lot of options today. As you've said, you have a lot of influencers. They start to say a lot of bullshit, and they have a lot of money. They have jet planes. They are millionaires because of us, and they receive a lot of money from a lot of advisors, and we are so done. So we have to make that nutrition with classics, biographies, people that were okay, that were good examples, that were that people that a person that happened to succeed in what in the life he had, and I think we had to look at this kind of examples, not consuming everything. And it's so today is so crazy because it happened that you sometimes some day or some moment you are learning something that is it's you can it's they say that they are duplicating the knowledge each year, and it's not a reality. You can duplicate words, okay? You can duplicate pages, you can duplicate everything. You can see, I don't know if who works with biology and medicine, you can see a lot of fake researchers that they make a lot of papers that are fake, that are zero in content. So that's it. I think the books that I consume because it shapes you, of course. It shapes you. If you read something bad, it's a problem to you. If you start to believe in something that is so crazy and bad, it's not okay. So that's it. Biographies and classics. Go to the classics.
Yeah, that's nice. I agree with you. I also believe that we need to be careful about the things that we consume, because people can easily, what you said, and then we go back to what you said about the rhetoric, right? Because somehow we are always looking for listen and to read the things that only agrees with the things that we believe, and we need to be careful with that. We need to understand other point of views and understand how we are repeating behaviors, because we are always repeating behaviors as society, basically. We are always repeating the same thing. And yeah, I totally agree that we need to be aware with the things that we consume. I think that for me, I think that the things that I consume shapes more the kind of relationships that I have, because, for example, I have a lot of friends not a lot of friends, I don't have a lot of friends, but I don't have 20 friends. I have a few friends,
We
but
can count in our fingers.
yes, yes. And, uh, some good friends that I have, most of them I met because of book clubs that I am into. I have two really good friends that I met during the pandemic, I believe, in this book club that I joined. And then because of this similar taste that we have. We are really good friends. I have other friends from high school that somehow we did this little book club also, and we are really connected because of the readings that we do. And yeah, for me, I think that the kind of content shapes more the kind of relationship that I have. And that's a good thing. I really love book clubs. I wish that I have more time to join others or to read more in book clubs because it's really nice to to have the opportunity to read something nice or not that nice sometimes, but to discuss with other people about, I don't know, it can be anything. And I really like that.
Iago,
About
a question.
podcasts,
What's that kind of book club? It's online or it's you go personally and do you
no,
choose? What's that?
it's all online. This one that I joined in the pandemic is people from most of we used to be a big group, but now we are only five.
Wow.
Because of this, sometimes people are tired with the online interaction. And, but yeah, and I don't have friends in the city that I live, close friends, and most of my connection with my friends are through online interactions. So yes, it's all online. Um, about podcasts, I think that I don't like to listen podcasts to think because I always listen them when I am at the gym. So it's just some noise in my ear. It's not for me to pay attention necessarily. So it's just I'm just hearing some people talking and that's it. Just to pass the time, I don't have to pay attention that much about the discussion. So because of this, sometimes I listen more podcasts related to pop culture and music, movies, something like this. Guys, I don't know if we have more time to one question, but I think that question number 10 is one that we can answer briefly. What is one thing you are curious about right now and would like to learn more about in the near future? What is something that you are thinking that you need to learn, for example, Gabriel? Question number 10.
Okay. Well, it's very complex question, but mm, I would create a subject called practical life skills. It would take things like emotional intelligence, financial education, and how to deal with real world challenges. I believe school should not only prepare us for exams, but I also for life itself. Learn how to manage emotion, make decisions, and understand people can be as important as math or science. This kind of subject could help students grow not only as professionals but also as humans begins.
Yes, I agree. I think that we could learn more about social skills as we are growing up and the science behind it, because as adults we see that we try to understand and then we go to therapy because sometimes we need help to change some things. And but yeah, it would be nice to learn a little bit earlier, right? Because we are always socializing with other people. I agree. And what about you, Marcelo? What is one thing that you are curious, but you are postponing to learn?
I don't know because I, I when I am curious, I go and I see. Well, but today I am returning. Let's talk about language. I am returning to French. I've studied French in the fundamental school. I in the 70s. I don't know if you know. In the 70s, we had French at school as a second language. We didn't have English. English started after the 80s, and in Spanish after the 90s because of the Mercosur. And I've studied French at school. Then I entered Aliança Francesa when I was 22 or 23. I left, of course, because I decided to learn English. And some days ago, I have 2 semesters at Aliança Francesa again, and I am returning to French. It's something that is so amazing to learn because I speak a little bit Spanish because I am Spanish. I have the Spanish nationality because of my mother, and I have a good Spanish. I can say that I'm not native, of course, but I have a good Spanish. I have this English here is can I can communicate. I am not skilled in English. I didn't finish my TOEFL exam, but I've started to study for the TOEFL. And this is something very interesting, this immersion, because we can improve in a real movement. But French is something that is a language that I want to be more fluent in. And I am reading again the Brazilian literature, like Machado de Assis, like José Cristo Rego, like other writers. It's so amazing because you have to. I am reading Machado de Assis, and it's very interesting because I am reading the old Rio where I live. So it's very interesting for you to see how people used to live in your place and in the past. I am so nostalgic about what I didn't live. So it's so interesting. I have these two. Well, I can remember another thing, but I think it's the most important now.
Yeah, that's nice. I think that for me, something that I am curious about right now, um, I really would like to understand more about um, the process to in companies that are outside Brazil because I just did I am through a process right now for this one company, and I'm applying to another things outside, remote. And I'm really curious to understand how they do the hiring process because it really seems that we don't have too much steps as some Brazilians companies, so that's a good thing. It's really direct, and 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 with this, I am really understanding the level that my English is with talking with natives, and that's a good thing because I can evaluate how I am doing. And yeah, I am curious to understand this process um, because that's a goal that I have for, I don't know, maybe the last 2 years, and that's something that I am focusing about it. And that's it. Guys, we have 1 minute left, actually. I leave the survey on the chat so if you could answer, please leave your opinion there. And that's it. I really hope that you guys have a great weekend, that you can rest and enjoy the weekend with your family and your loved ones. And thank you so much for being here in this immersion. I hope that you enjoy it as me.
Yeah, of course. It was
Of course.
amazing. Iago, I congratulate you because you are so nice and you have a good sense of humor and you get along so well. And
Thank you.
nice to meet you, JG.